Simple as that.
Well, thanks a lot. That is Tennyson Karia, who's the regional marketing lead, Nairobi Metropolitan, telling us about Chapadimba and what to expect. Thanks a lot, Tennyson, for your time. Right about now, I want us to shift gears. And the National Olympics Committee of Kenya, NOCK, is keen to close the transition gap between junior and senior national teams. According to NOCK SecGen Francis Mutuku, transition is key and must be handled with care if Kenya expects better results in the future. Jeff Mogire with the details.
56 kilometers outside the capital, Nairobi, is Merisho School in Isinya, Kajiado County. This is where the National Olympics Committee Camp for the Youth is located. 14 disciplines across board have been incorporated here to train.
Kukuja hapa pamoja ni kuwapatia team spirit, ambapo wanajisikia kwamba hao sasa they are the junior team Kenya, kwa sababu hawa ni under 18 na ndio wataenda kuwakilisha Kenya kwa michezo ambayo tunatarajia inakuja hivi karibuni, kama the NOCK Games, the Youth Games.
It's been amazing just coming to camp because this is what everyone is looking for. So just seeing the young girls coming up and trying to break in the ceiling and trying to transition from the under 18 to the national team, because that's a very big gap. And if you can see, there's a huge gap between the national team and the under 18. So this will be the first ever under 18 going for Commonwealth. So it's a big thing for them. It's a big thing for Kenya Rugby Union. It's a big thing for the youngsters who are coming up.
The whole idea here is to manage and keep alive the transition system. This program must succeed for Kenya to perform better at the elite level.
If we start early, we stand a better chance of performing at the elite level. So this youth camp the program that we've come up with is to try and ensure that our sporting system flows. It's a system that should flow. It should not have any breakages. We should have athletes transitioning from the junior to the senior level. There's youth, junior, and then to the senior. And this also works in terms of even developing the coaches.
This camp has players from all walks of life. They are all from different parts of this country. Their presence here means more than just playing.
Camp kwa ma youths mimi nimeona iko sawa because inatutoa youths different parts, inatuleta pamoja, tuna train from different backgrounds, tuna train pamoja, tuna gain a lot, tunajuana, mingling with new friends here.
They're one of the best coaches I've ever trained with. They really keep you pushing, they give you the motivation you need, and they teach you a lot, not just in terms of basketball, life skills too. They tell you that as a student athlete, you have a lot to balance between school, between your books and your sport, and you really have to maintain that balance.
For a country used to winning medals, losing is not progress, but in reality it is. The making of a champion is a long process. They don't just pop up.
There is a great expectation in results. Like as we are seated right now, people expect medals in next year. However, there are very few people who sit back and say, what does it take to produce those medals? We need a lot of boardroom discussions to be able to get our athletes prepared. Everybody knows, everybody understands that to produce a champion, not just in sport, in most other skillful activities, you need a lot of time. People talk of 10,000 hours.
Athletes from this camp will be assigned various regional and international sporting events this year for exposure and experience.
Experience has shown that if you do very well in the youth championship, you always transition to do very well at the senior event. And therefore, we don't want our youngsters to be left behind. We want them to be able to compete. We want them to be able to experience. We want to be able to even enjoy the joy of sport right at an early stage. And what happens is that when they go back, they inspire very many other youngsters, whether it's from a school, whether it's from a rural setting, whether it's from a urban setting. We are able to change a lot of youngsters by just giving some of them opportunities to be able to go, represent, and proudly fly our flag.
The National Olympics Committee of Kenya, NOCK, is determined to enhance the capacity of talents in the country and across all disciplines. To achieve this, they need support.
To make it better is just to ensure that we have enough resources, that we can have bigger teams. As at now, we try to control the numbers because the resources are not adequate, trying to reach out to sponsors, the government, and so that we can have a bigger number of youths coming together during school holidays. This also keeps them away from other activities that might not be helpful to their lives. So if we get more sponsors for this, it will be, it will be better and it will grow bigger.
The first thing we've taught federations is don't keep changing them. Give us the ones who you've selected to be trained continuously. Obviously, if there is emerging athlete who is very good, then that one can be added to the numbers. But it is very important that we keep consistency. So we are saying every school holidays, we just go through the rhythm. Just get the youngsters to be in a playing field, compete among the very, very best. Why do we want the very best? Because we have talent which is scattered. We could be having a very good athlete in Mombasa, another one in Kisumu, another one in Nairobi. They need to meet their peers at top level in terms of challenging each other, in terms of competing, in terms of training. And second thing, we've also said the coaches need to be consistent. Why? Because the coaches need to understand the individual athlete on how to bring them the best. And we've also taught federations, let's have consistency in the coaches. In terms of their development, we'll arrange for them training.
For players who are here, they can only dream.
I see myself as a D1 athlete in college, about to get drafted by the WNB.
A little support will go a long, long way to seeing these talents mature.
Not everyone understands what rugby is all about. So people just want to watch the men's rugby because men's rugby has superseded the women's rugby, and it has also superseded the girls' rugby. People know about the boys' rugby, they don't know about the girls' rugby. It is our work to ensure that everyone understands that there is girls' rugby. And please, anyone who is outside, we just ask them to come in and support the girls' rugby, and let's see how it goes.
The beauty of this camp will be seeing the young athletes who are here of age between 11 and 18 years transition to senior national teams and closing the gap. Jeff Mogire, KTN News, Isinya, Kajiado County.
Well, future champions right there. We take a short break. When we come back, it's all about Keep Keino Classic taking place on the 13th of May at the Kasarani Stadium, and we'll be speaking to Barnaba Korir on the expectations and some of the top stars that will be at the Kasarani Stadium on that day. That will be after the break.